Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Where we will continue some casting of Frank Stone, which we started the other day. Continue.
Now this is a real bold statement kind of room, you know what I mean? New Augustine got cash, but not like this kind of cash.
Sounds like you didn't scout your mark as well as you thought.
In business, we don't call them marks.
Hustling is a racket, not a business.
I wouldn't underestimate my scouting skills, if I were you. A lot rattling around up here that could be mutually beneficial.
Tell me about Augustine. How do you know about Murder Mill? I believe we clicked suspicious. So let's do that again.
Why don't you tell me how you know so much about Murder Mill?
I'm a big fan. It's your first credit.
Cut the shit, man.
Okay. You wanna know the truth? When I first heard about it, I didn't believe it was real. But the more I looked into it, the more breadcrumbs I found, and the further I followed the trail, the more fascinated I became. Not just in the film, in the legend. Whether you meant to or not, you created a monster with this movie. Even if it isn't really cursed, the fact that everyone believes it is makes it real.
Believing in something doesn't make it real.
Well, that's why I had to find out for myself. Took me a couple years, but when the opportunity came for me to actually acquire a genuine piece of it, I jumped at the chance.
And just how did you acquire it, exactly?
Hey, just catching up. So, what have you guys found?
Not much. But the night's young.
Not as young as you think. Let's keep looking around.
Explore the atrium. Sure. We don't have it. Alright.
I love your outfit, by the way.
Well, thanks. It's Italian. Well, the shoes are Italian. And the belt. I got it cheap from a guy. He's got a guy who's got a pants guy, so I got these pants from his guy's guy, had him tailored just right by the other guy.
Now that was a curious sound.
Which is like a super limited VIP club edition.
Sweet.
But you want to know a secret?
Sure.
Found the turtleneck in a secondhand shop.
Scandalous.
Right? Don't tell anyone.
Oh, you can be sure of that.
That is weird. Okay. Let me just.
Can't deny this place would make an incredible film location.
What? Oh, security room. Ooh.
Well, hello.
It's like every room in the house.
Yeah, I'd say this goes a little beyond your typical security.
What do you mean?
Regulator.
I get the sense our host just has a lot of valuable property
Really
and
annoying,
likes
they're
to be
talking
keenly aware of
all the
everyone's
time.
comings and goings.
Like silence is forbidden. Regulator, stabilizers, can. I don't know what that is. Vent overrides. I believe it's the furnace, right? That would make sense. Augustine has interest in temporal regime. Upstairs we go.
Ah, yes. Let's check out the other floors. Good thinking.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Before all this goes any further, I need to know how both of you got your pieces of the film.
Well, it's no secret, really. After my mom died a few months ago, I found it when I was going through her stuff.
Maddie, what was your mom's name?
Both, or...
Was it Bonnie Rivera?
Yeah, it... How did you know that?
You look just like her.
Did you know my mom?
A long time ago. A whole other lifetime. Her younger brother, Jaime, was one of my closest friends.
Uncle Jaime. I never met him.
I hadn't heard that Bonnie had passed.
Yeah, it was pretty sudden.
Wow. Maddie, it's quite sad. Very touching.
I'm sorry I had to go through that. What about you, Stan? I want to know more.
And what about you, Stan? Where'd you get your piece of the film?
Well, now, that is a very good question. And an expensive one, too. But you know what? Since I am such a big fan of your work, I'll give you a little taste, free of charge. I can't tell you who I got it from or why they had it. I will tell you that I acquired it from them completely by the book in a very honorable game of chance.
You won it?
Fair and square.
Who the fuck would be gambling with it? They have no right.
Well, it seems like you're more attached to this little project than what you've been letting on.
You don't just gamble away something like that.
Okay. Ooh. What are you doing, Maddie? Do you not know how to use a stair? Apparently not. Weird. What are you looking at? Maybe. So she got her piece from her mom. Super weird. Which was Jaime. Let's just call him Jamie. That makes more sense. Which were one of her friends with the kids that were part of making the film. And her mom's sister was Jamie.
Cool statue. Missing a piece, though.
It is.
Wow. Powerful resemblance in Augustine's family. That or Augustine loves cosplay.
Whoa.
Quite a piece. Look at the metalwork.
It's beautiful.
The face of evil.
Sensationalist trash. Sam Green took down Frank Stone. I could write a better book than this.
The Face of Evil, the true story of Frank Stone, told by the man who stopped him, Sheriff Lloyd Cushish. That fateful night I had sent one of my deputies over to check in on things. Not my first choice, the flat foot was from out of state and a little green from my liking. But all he had to do was hold the line and report back on anything suspicious. But then Tommy called. I knew this was it. Standing before the furnace, I thought I stepped into the fiery depths of hell itself. And there was Stone, standing on the platform like a twisted gargoyle, a tiny bundle of innocence held in his death grip. I am not afraid to admit I was scared. I had only a moment to act before all was lost, so I drew my gun, took a deep breath, and made a silent prayer that my aim would strike true. I wonder if we didn't kill Frank Stone and Sam Green. Would this be different? Stone's corpse wasn't even cold before a whole bunch of us out of towners descended on Cedar Hills, trying to grab their piece of the action. Lawyers, reporters, rubberneckers, you name it. More than a few weren't satisfied with what they found. They wanted to make a conspiracy out of it. Said he must have had an accomplice to do what he did. Me. I don't buy it. Never have. That's because I know firsthand that he acted alone. Saw with my own eyes. So to all those who claim otherwise, I say this: one monster was enough for Cedar Hills. Okay.
I should check on Maddie.
They were
Can't be easy
suspicious.
meeting someone from her mom's past.
Let's check this out. Blueprints of a complex machine, another one of Augustine's unique collector's items. But why keep this piece of movie memorabilia away from the collection? Pretty sure I missed a few things. Whatever. A sensationalist account of Frank Stone's capture, written by Cedar Hill's own Sheriff Lloyd Cushish, or whatever, which with so much going unnoticed under the sheriff's watch, how could he be so certain the case ended with Stone? No. Damn it. A magazine article focused on the history of lost movies. How many of these conspiracies have even the slightest grain of truth? Chris haggled with the storekeeper, receiving a pocket mirror in addition to the 8mm camera.
Looks like it opens with a key.
Needs a key. Okay.
Yeah? Now, what would you do if it was you here instead of me? No way. You'd be climbing the walls looking for a way out. Who's Dan? Psh, not in a million years. No way.
Augustine has a, unique collection. I've never seen anything like this stuff.
You sure would get a kick out of this place. And then you'd probably kick me out of this place and keep it all to yourself.
Who are you talking to?
No, I wasn't.
I could hear you.
I was talking to my mom. To Bonnie. I've just felt so, empty since she died. Like I'm sleepwalking through a nightmare and I just can't seem to wake up.
It never gets easier when you lose someone. But it does become less suffocating.
I hope so, because sometimes I just feel like I'm going crazy. Like, she really is out there. guiding me, trying to tell me something. That's why I came here. It felt like that's what she wanted me to do. I know you said it had been a really long time, but can you tell me anything about her from when you knew her?
Gosh. Well, she was the most intimidating girl I've ever met. Even after I got to know her. She did everything she wanted to do, and nobody could stop her.
And that sounds like Mom. Any good stories?
Nostalgic. There's something I never told anyone else. Ooh. It's not a good idea to drill on the past. No, 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 no. I want to hear the stories.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something I've been thinking about. I've never told anyone else. It was a long time ago. We were just kids, making a movie. Jaime, Chris, and me. Everything's still so fuzzy about what happened, but there's one thing that always just stuck in my mind. Clear as a bell. That night, we were on our way home from picking up a new camera. We were driving past the Rivera's house. The garage door was wide open, full of light. And the craziest fucking sound you ever heard was just tearing out of there in every direction. And right in the middle of it all was Bonnie. I don't think I've ever seen anyone so completely in tune with themselves. The only thing that mattered was that moment. Nothing else. That was your mom.
Thank you.
Hey, hey
I
guys,
was grateful to hear the memory.
look.
What? I don't see anything.
Ah, there, right there.
Oh my god, there's someone out there!
Concern. They might be after the film strips. Flippant. If this plot gets any thicker. Serious, Augustine expected something like this. I don't know what this magnifying glass symbolizes. It's
I have a feeling Augustine expected something like this might happen. She's got this place wired with enough cameras she could catch a mouse.
Good security probably means we're pretty safe.
Maddie doesn't appreciate your suspicion.
Right, so... Do you think we should find Augustine? Give her a heads up?
Even if you wanted to tell her, good luck finding her.
She said she was going to her private reliquary. That's a place for artifacts, right?
There's artifacts all over the place.
Right. So, if you were gonna have a private place for extra special, extra valuable artifacts, maybe you'd put them behind a door like that.
You've got a point.
Can't we just knock?
I doubt anything can get through that, including sound.
Which means it might be the safest place to be, whether Augustine's in there or not.
Okay.
Phantom of Cedar Hills, 1980. Jamie.
What's taking them so long? I thought we were gonna have a production meeting before we shoot. Van's already all loaded up.
I read an article that said girls don't like it when guys get all twisted up about their punctuality. They find it controlling.
What? Why did you need an article to tell you that?
I just thought you might find that information useful.
I'm not trying to control Chris. Just got a lot to do.
Uh-huh.
excited right on time. Agitated. You gotta keep it down. Let's be a little annoying.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Guys, you gotta keep it down. I don't want Bunny to hear us.
Okay, so we all ready to start this production meeting? We got a heck of a night ahead of us. Hope you're all ready to get a little dirty.
Always ready to get a little dirty.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, totally.
Feast your eyes.
Whoa. Wait, where's Sheriff Green?
Yeah, so Dad's never exactly been stoked about that.
But I thought he got the guy.
Yeah. And Sheriff Cushik took all the credit. People around here knew what was up, but
Let me see that.
This one's a 10-year retrospective. They go into all sorts of grisly details left out of the press the first time around.
and Dad got a little more credit too.
This is big deal stuff. We're making our movie in the very same spot it went down. Can't beat that.
So, Duke, it's not uneasy stones of victims were real people.
Stone's victims were real people. This was a real person.
Yeah? So?
I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to look at their picture.
We're not gonna exploit Stone's victims. I'm just trying to maximize the potential of our main location. That's how you make a good movie.
Proving you're right, you're missing the. You're right. Amy.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We've only got one shot at this.
Yeah. So let's not fuck it up.
Can we help?
Nah, Robert and I'll go through and see if there's any other good places in the mill to shoot. Then we'll head out.
Look around the garage and then talk to Linda. Okay.
Here,
Oh.
why don't you start with these?
So we're looking for Frank Stone references.
We're looking for anything
I can't
referencing
believe Mom's
specific
finally getting
locations
out.
in the mill that could be associated with
can't
Frank
wait.
Stone.
The mill's a
Amy
pretty
has
huge
recalled
place.
Mom will be
That's
home
why I'm sure
Sunday.
there's gotta be something we haven't found yet.
Definitely possible.
We'll find it. Here,
I'm sure no
Look
one
at
was
this.
sad to see it go.
mill projections dire for fall season.
It mentions Frank?
No, but it goes into the mindset of the workers. People were depressed. There were suicides.
At the mill?
Not at the mill, but like people who worked there or got laid off.
Damn.
This was a year or two before the murders started.
Does not sound like a fun place to spend a 12-hour shift.
There are a couple articles like this. The mill was in serious decline.
But if it doesn't mention Frank,
I don't know. It's all related to him, to the way he was, or why he did what he did, or something.
that's your expert opinion?
It's just a hunch.
Right? You're done? This is one of the issues with these kind of games. Just, like, the developers have
I pulled some of these today too.
fear of
What's that?
silence.
Obituaries from around the time of the murders. And a little before.
So I would like
Good
to read
thinking.
this. But I keep getting interrupted, right? End of an era. Cedar Steel Mill to permanently close. August 24th, 1967. The Cedar Steel Mill, once the industrial heartbeat of our town, is to be permanently closed after over 40 years of almost continuous operation. Founded by Howard Kinsey Tester in 1921, the mill in its wartime heyday produced high-quality steel that was distributed across the nation. Mr. Tester's legacy was honored by his daughter Morgan In a statement given on Wednesday morning, Morgan Tester's statement suggested the family's decision to close the mill permanently had been taken out of respect for the memories of those murdered on its premises by former employees Stone. Not everyone is convinced by this justification, however.
Journalists sure can't get enough of Frank Stone.
Stop talking. Secrets of Killerstone. Secrets of Killerstone come to light. September 16th, 1963. The Cedar Hills tries to make sense of recent events at the Cedar Hill. More disturbing details are starting to emerge about the man at the center of the scandal. 36-year-old mechanist Frank Stone.
Is okay with all this Frank Stone stuff.
Tom Holt interview. Okay, I don't know why I would. Item added. Okay. Oracles of the Omniverse. Guru Corner Barnum. Do you feel trapped? Are you living your life or merely surviving it? Does this universe satisfy you, or are you left seeking a deeper truth beyond this reality? By harnessing the deep knowledge within this book, gleaned by Guru Barnum from his studies of those tribes closest to enlightenment, you too can assimilate the wisdom of the ancients, design and emerge from the cocoon of ignorance to soar on wings of cosmic bliss like a butterfly of enlightenment. It was through my own practices learned from my journey through the American interior that I successfully elevated my consciousness to the point I was able to visualize another Cedar Hills. One beyond the veil of our reality. This little town seemed so very much like my own, yet so fascinatingly different in countless subtle ways. To give one example, the Calhern family still owned the drugstore, but the manager behind the counter was none other than young George, the son who died so tragically some years ago. Here he was in healthy middle age, a season of life I knew I had never reached. What?
An omniverse? Far out.
I drew two conclusions from my meditative voyage. One that every journey through life offers almost incalculable variation, and while we may even have only infinity possibilities on our own journeys, there may be other journeys taken by mirror versions of ourselves that visits all destinations. Two, the different planes of reality are not so much separate rivers running in parallel as they are interconnected flowing to a single vast ocean of experience and possibility. To explore this idea further, we must consider some a book claiming there is a multiple versions of people and objects across different realities. Sure, man. I don't know why I have to see this every time.
clear as a bell. Don't think I've ever experienced anything like that night, before or since. And don't reckon I ever will again. Heck, I don't know if I would have even made it out alive if it weren't for Sam Green. Man's a hero. Damn shame that no-good sheriff's taking all the credit. Damn crying shame. He all but gave up on finding Stone at the mill. Sam Green, he knew better. He came right up and told me we had to search every nook and cranny of that place. And if we had waited just a second longer, well, there'd be one less beautiful baby in the world. Or worse. Sam took Stone down just in the nick of time. Like something out of a movie.
Okay.
Thanks to Mr. Holt, nobody questioned my dad's story.
Wow.
They were friends after that. My dad gave the eulogy when Mr. Holt passed.